Adolf Hitler was appointed as the Chancellor of Germany by the German President, Paul von Hindenburg. Hitler was the leader of the Nazi Party, and the full name of the Nazi Party was National Socialist German Workers' Party. Its members were often called Nazis. The Nazis were fundamentally right-wing, anti-Jewish, anti-communist, and anti-democratic. Hitler did not immediately become a dictator in January 1933. When he became Chancellor, Germany's democratic constitution was still in force. However, Hitler revolutionized Germany by manipulating the democratic political system. Hitler and other Nazi leaders used existing laws to destroy German democracy and establish a dictatorship. Hitler said in June 1934, "Although I am afraid to be accused of rambling, I will say that the National Socialist movement will continue for another 1,000 years. We don't remember how everyone laughed at me 15 years ago when I said that I would take over Germany. Now they laugh silly when I say that I will remain in power." In August 1934, President Hindenburg died. Hitler called himself the leader of Germany. From then on, Hitler became the dictator of Germany. The strange question is, who made Hitler come to power and create a dictatorial government? Who made a normal soldier in World War I become the leader of Nazi Germany after several years? Aren't these events suspicious? World War II started with Nazi Germany's invasion of Poland. The main causes of the Second World War were the mistakes of the Treaty of Versailles, which apparently ended the First World War, as well as the consequences of the economic crisis of 1929 and, most importantly, the political competition between fascism and Western democracies and Marxism. The recent factors were so effective in the Second World War that the war between the involved countries, in an unprecedented way, brought the general public to the territory of the war. The Second World War, which was fought between the Allies of Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allies of England, France, America, and the Soviet Union, was unparalleled in terms of its geographical extent and the power to destroy human and natural resources. By the middle of 1941, the Germans were able to conquer a large part of Europe through a series of military attacks and treaties. After the fall of France in the middle of 1940 and the appearance of battles in North and East Africa, the war was practically fought between the Axis powers and Britain for a while. In December 1941, the surprise attack of the Japanese Empire on Pearl Harbor caused the United States to openly enter the conflict and declare war against the Japanese Empire. Following these events, the rest of the Axis powers declared war on the United States as allies of the Japanese Empire. Mass killing and genocide of nearly 6 million European Jews on the basis of race, religion and nationality during World War II by Nazi Germany, and from 1941 to the end of 1945 in the death camps of Nazi Germany. In 1944, the Allies attacked France occupied by Germany, in an operation in Normandy, and the Soviet counterattacks managed to regain the lost territories. Between 1944 and 1945, the Japanese Empire was forced to retreat from many occupied territories in central and southern China and Burma. The Allies were also able to force the Imperial Japanese Navy to retreat and take control of the strategic islands in the Western Pacific. The war in Europe ended with the Western Allies invading Germany from March 22 to May 8, 1945. As a result of this invasion, Nazi rule ended and Germany was occupied by its enemies. Adolf Hitler, the leader of Germany, committed suicide before being captured by the invaders. After the announcement of surrender conditions on July 26, 1945 by the Allies, Japan refused to accept the outcome of the war, and following that, the United States bombed the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6 and 9, 1945. The Soviet Union, which had previously adhered to the Bilateral Non-Aggression Pact, declared war against Japan and attacked Manchuria. After the surrender of Japan on August 15, 1945, the Allied victory in Asia was final. After the end of the war, the Nuremberg trials were held to investigate the damages and war crimes committed by Germany and its allies. The Second World War changed the social structure and power system in the world, and after that, the United Nations was established to prevent such events from happening. It is interesting to know that until the moment you watch this video, no one knows the reason for the attack of the Japanese Empire on Pearl Harbor. An attack that caused the United States to directly enter the war with the Japanese Empire, which ended with the atomic bombing of the United States and the destruction of the Japanese Empire. Truly. Who provoked the commanders of the Japanese Empire to attack America? What was the main reason for the World War? What was the reason for the genocide of about 6 million Jews? We will show you the answer to the last two questions in one photo.